Okay, my friends, so real quick, little spreadsheet here that is modeling a situation we looked at in probability class today. If you've got a number of people in a room, what is the chance at least a couple of them have the same birthday? We got what we thought was a pretty surprising result today in our class, and I wanted to kind of generalize, like, how do you measure feeling surprised with probability? So I built a spreadsheet to help us with this. If you have one person in a room, which we have right here, one person in a room, whatever their birthday is, clearly they can't match anybody else if you've got one person in a room. Okay, so that's the least number of people you can have in a room. It's also an extraordinarily boring probability problem because they can't match anybody. What if we put a second person in the room? So if you change this cell to 2, I've coded Excel to generate 2 random birthdays through the year. So right now, as soon as I hit 2 and then pressed enter, you saw that the birthdays changed. Now, these 2 people in the room are born on the 17th of November and the 24th of March. Clearly not a birthday match. If I refresh the spreadsheet, now when I do that, I use the F9 button. You may have an F9 button. It's a function button. It's one of the buttons up on the top of your keyboard. If you don't, send me an email and I can probably figure out where the refresh button is on your machine. If I hit the refresh button, I get 2 new birthdays, the 2nd of July and the 18th of February. I can hit it again and get 2. When I'm refreshing, if you will, I'm thinking about 2 other rooms with 2 people in it. So right now, let's suppose you've got a room with 2 people in it. Their birthdays are on the 3rd of April and the 16th of May. Okay, clearly they don't match. So let's go to another room with 2 people in it. These 2 are on the 26th of September and the 26th of December. Again, not a match. Let's go to another room. Okay, this is getting pretty boring, and it's not hard to understand why they're most likely not going to be a match with just 2 people in a room. Okay, that second person has to match exactly the first person. Now, I set the spreadsheet up so that the largest number of people you can put in the room is 367. And as soon as you do that, you're going to have a match. And here's why. I'm assuming a leap year here of 366 days. So it's possible to have 366 people randomly placed into a room, say a large auditorium, and they all have different birthdays. It's totally possible. But as soon as you add a 367th person, that person's birthday has to match one of the other people by something called the pigeonhole principle, and you don't have to know what that means, although it's got a great name. Now, we don't have 367 people in our room. We only had, I believe, 19 in our room today. Ooh, press enter. There we go. So here are 19 birthdays for a room with 19 people. And you'll notice that there is not a match amongst these 19. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep track of this right here on the video. So currently, we don't have a match. Now I'm going to pick another randomly selected group of 19. Okay, there's another group of 19 without a match. Okay, notice how some of the birthdays changed. Here's another group of 19. Ah, no match there. Here's another group of 19. Here's another group of 19. I'm going to do this. 10 times. That was 5 with no matches. 6 no matches. 7 no matches. 8. Ah, we got a match that time. 8. Let me see. Where is it? Oh, I see it right there. 24th of February, and there might be more than one match. I'm going to stop looking once I find one. Oh, there's another one. We got another match. Where's the match here? Let's see if I can see it real quick. It's hard if they're not next to each other. Oh, let me make it a little bit smaller so I can see it better. Oh, where's the match? Where's the match? I'm having a hard time. You probably saw it already, didn't you? 4 January. Oh, 4 January. There it is. There's the 2 matches. 2 January 4th. Okay. So far, if I'm keeping track, we've had 2 days with matches and 7 days without. Let's do one more. Okay, so that's 2 days with matches and 8, or I shouldn't say 2 days, excuse me. 2 rooms of 19 people with matches and 8 rooms without matches, which means that we have a probability or a rate of matching of 2 out of 10, which comes to a 20% rate. So, in other words, based on these simple 10 trials here, there's about a 20% rate that we should have at least one match somewhere within those 19 birthdays. Now, that seems pretty low, doesn't it? I mean, the highest probability would be 100%, which means it's guaranteed to happen. Guaranteed to happen. The lowest rate would be 0%, which means it's not going to happen. So 20% is actually closer to 0 than it is to 100%. Absolutely. But here's the thing. We only had 10 attempts at this right now. What I'm going to have you do in the rest of this quiz is I'm going to have you utilize this spreadsheet, and I'm going to have you run more trials on these 19 people, and then I'm going to have you answer some more questions. Read on.